there's a black hole in your shower.
Make it rain, burning purple. Cast a spell on you in a circle. Hot fire, gasoline. Make it rainbow dream. Hot fire, gasoline. Make it rainbow dream. Smash the shit in soma. Iris when she float up, flying through the night. Make you feel alright. Cast spells at volcanoes. Use lava, liquid Drano. 2 puffs of purple hazing. That's what the witch is blazing. Liquid smoke. Kickstart the broomstick. Up in the sky with balloons. My doobies ain't toothpicks. Tommy Chongin, put past you want it. You only need a little bit of dragon venom drips. Dr. Fever, deck of scripts. Darkness through dreams. Pennywise, lovely ladies know I'm it. That stuff they own, it gets right on top of them. Hope you're not busy for a few days. Adrenochrome and processed foods. Olay, Athena, bring the bang. Make it rain, burning purple. Cast a spell on you in a circle. Hot fire, gasoline. Make it rainbow dream.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. This is Initiating Apocalypse. I want to say, first of all, thank you, Teddy Bass and Chewy, for the outstanding video music. Oh, God. I love it, man. It's right up there, right? Shout out to Teddy Bass. Now, I know everybody knows we're waiting for the next one to come out, right? And what did we ask for? We prayed, Teddy Bass, give us some rock and roll, Teddy Bass, some rock and roll. Yeah, so I can't wait. Thank you, Teddy Bass, for working so hard. Yeah, me too. Thanks to Amen. That's right. It's a lot of, real focus up here. Discipline. Are you ready? Yeah, Teddy. Shout it out, Teddy. Say hello to Teddy, everybody. Teddy Bass. Fantastic. Let's jump right in tonight, because you know what? I don't want to wait for the cab. I want to take us right to the date. Let's go. I got us a great place. We got reservations for all of us, right? Entire satanic congregation. We're going to go tonight to a place where we're going to learn about the importance of feet. Yes, we are. And it's going to be biblical. But what I'm going to bring you, my dear, is just a feast, an absolute feast of authors who are writing contemporary with the people who are writing the Bible. I'm going to bring you just a gorgeous feast. Some of the texts. We're going to resurrect some doctors tonight. I'm going to show you. You know what you're getting tonight? Right? You're getting from Nero's own library. From Nero's own library. You're getting a work addressed to Nero. And what is it about? You know what it's about. It's about drugs. It's about Christing. Yeah. It's about that drink from that cup of Lady Babylon. Oh, God. Oh, God, you've got to love it. And why did all the Melvins miss it? Why did all the Melvins miss it? Because Melvin doesn't read sources, people. Melvin is there to bring you a book, and you're supposed to buy it and think, oh, Melvin, nice job, Melvin. Which Ivy League schools is this moron from? Yeah, nobody reads these texts, people. I guarantee you. The ones I'm showing you tonight, just like all the time. And you know it, I spoil you. I really do, congregation. Right? I spoil you. I give you the good. The good, good, good. Oh, I do. So I'm going to give you some more tonight. that just aren't there, that none of these people actually read, right? If you're sitting here and you're from Princeton and no longer has a Greek program, you're welcome. Princeton killed their own Greek program. Why? It was too hard, bruh. It was too hard. It's much easier to rely on somebody else's hoo-ha in secondary sources than it is the primary. And I want to say this to you, satanic congregation, you and I, we've been here for a while. And one of the things that I know that you love is that I don't do any tickling. I give you those primary sources. Yeah, this is genuine love. I give you the primaries. Oh, God. We just pull them out. We just look at the primaries. Just look at them. Look at them. And all the stupidity melts away. There's another type of person out there, though, congregation, who doesn't have your well-being in mind. Right? They have your bank account in mind. They have your furniture in mind. Right? They want everything more and more and more. Right? They want. This is where the purgation of the Bacchants is so successful in spreading civilization. It's like the Bacchic purgation is a vaccine. It's a vaccine. It's fantastic. Can we pull in some Christians tonight doing some strange stuff? Let's look at Jesus. Many of you have heard about Jesus and Mary, right? Everybody knows. You can throw up some images of Jesus and Mary. I know we're bringing some tonight, right? Remember, this is the one who brought Jesus, that sex oil. Muron. We're going to look at it tonight from one angle. Namely, we're looking at Jesus's feet. Has anybody ever wondered, Sunday school, have you ever wondered why Jesus is getting stuff put on his feet? Yeah, by a woman who we know. We know what she is. I wouldn't even call her a woman. I'd call her a Magdal. Right? What is that? Oh, it's Scythian for Maga. Maga. You know what they do? You know what they do? And all of my students and Lucian just went, oh, yes, it's the same figure. Right? Oh, God. You know what they do? She puts it on his feet. Okay. Now, everybody out there, every Catholic, every evangelical, every monist who has any self-pride will say, surely it's preposterous that this is anything but, some fancy foot oiling. Right? No, it's not. Let me show you what it actually is. Let me show you so that you can understand the Bible better. That is the goal of the satanic initiation, for you to understand the Bible. Fantastic. Fantastic. Do you love it? Do you love it? Let's go. Look, I'm going to pull out one of these. I want you to remember, what did they call the apostles? Hit it. What did they call the apostles? Drug user, magician. Look, people, stain your brain with this Greek. Pharmake kai mage. Do you see what they are? This is how people like Philip, the apostle, right? Thomas, this is how they are considered, what they're considered by their contemporaries. So you would be well advised to see what it is. The first one is drug user. Drug user. If is this your first time, it's great for you to have come, but realize that there are a lot of drugs that are being used. There's a lot of, some culty, sexy, kind of, thank you, Ms. Baker, right? It's there. It's all there. Are you ready? Whose company are we in as we get off the ship now, right? And we're here. We're here. Who's around us? Well, here are these followers of Jesus. They are drug users and magi. Okay? I'm just warning you. I'm warning you. Okay? So, if you're here with your spouse, okay, I'm just telling you, be warned. You knew it was coming. Why did you bring your kids? Why did you bring your kids to P. Diddy? Yeah. Praise P. Diddy, says the modest voice. Praise P. Diddy. Somebody asked me, do you really think that you can go out there and that you can bring this information to people without it being a nuclear bomb? If people are going to take it serious and are going to do the science, they're going to verify it. And what are you people going to do? You're going to get vaporized because your reality is slowly peeling off you and all you can see what is left, right? But those of us who have had the honor of seeing what these texts are saying, we know the reality. And it's just, it gets a lot of people it gives them kicks, brother, right? It gives them kicks. It's a dope of reality. Let's keep dose these people. I'm a psychic dope pusher, definitely. Psychic, I said, right? It's a metaphor, right? Look, and for the people who are saying I work for the CIA, you are so stupid. Yes, you are. You are. Seriously. You have to be competent. You have to be competent, brother. I'm telling you. I can't figure out what's the intelligence with my refrigerator, bro. Okay. Who is this? I'm giving you somebody new. Look, this is a real treat tonight. Are you ready? Right? Heraclides, the Cretan, said in his book about the cities in Greece, and he's talking about this mountain. What did he say? He said, there is this plant that grows there that bears fruit, right? Acanthan, that's the one he says. It's growing, and it says the fruit of this thing, if you take it and treat it, pound it properly with oil and water, and then Christ your whole body with it, or somebody else's, right? What happens in the wintertime? You walk around like this. You won't get cold. Do you know why? Wait a minute. Okay. I know I'm pretty guessworthy in this situation. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that you can smother on your body that you can comfortably walk around in the winter, right? What kind of drugs are we talking about? We're talking about the ones where you don't care anymore. Yeah. Do you see why is that person out in the freezing cold? Their body covered with that paint. It's a drug. It's a drug. You know what they put in it? They put in it stuff to transform you. Are you ready to watch the Christians using it? Let's do it. Oh, by the way, that was medical. I'll show you where that's from in a second. Nobody reads this. Nobody has in a long time anyway. Give me the next one. Watch this, people. Philarchus, right? What does he do? He's talking about India. And he says, look, there's a white root, which you can go out and cut and add to water. And then you totally plaster somebody with it. And you know what happens when you plaster them? Next one. What happens? Tell us, right? These are physicians, people. Physicians, contemporaries, right? Of all the writings of the New Testament. When they talk about Christing, they're talking about it at the very same time, right? That everybody else is talking about it. There's no distinction. Christians do not live in a bubble. That is a fairy tale. It is a fairy tale that has been taught to you by theologians, right? Theologians. Untrustworthy people, very unscientific, if you ask me. Oh, these are the people who ever say, if you've seen it out there, don't go looking for it, because when you encourage them, it just makes them feel better. But these are the people who sit back and say, oh, Armin Hillman, it's preposterous. Oh. Right? There's a room. And next to that room is a whole tray of one alabaster after the other. Let's go see. Speaking of that, let's go see what Mary the Magdalene is doing. We were right. What happens? Says Doc. I'm sorry. Don't leave, Doc. Tell us what happens when you put this stuff, this medicated paste, all over somebody's body. Okay, now I'm going to translate this for you literally. And this has never been translated. It's from the minor Greek doctors, right? Nobody looks in here ever. Like, probably the last person that did it was like 1920. Anyway, and so what does it do? It causes these people who are painting in it to possess the lethargy of sexual intercourse. Wait, what? Yeah, to possess the lethargy of sexual intercourse. It causes them. What is that? It's that phase. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about that little death. Right? That little death. That's what they hold on to. And then he says, just like in the very same manner as the eunuchs, right? Because he says they take them when they're young. And what do you do with young boys? You Christ them. People. Look, it's on the second line. It's the third to last word. Katachriusi. You Christ them. And until the day they die, when they have been Christed, this is what it says, I'm translating. When they have been Christed, they don't become aroused. They are stuck with lethe. Do you see what happens? Now, with your eunuch from the kingdom of heaven, with your Uranian eunuch, you can give them a set of drugs to induce satyriasis. Wait a minute, stop. I knew I was coming to the right party, right? I'm not sure if I want to commit all the way to this kind of stuff, right? Okay, I understand. Do you hear the difference between Jesus Christ and P. Diddy? The difference is a layer of sophistication and antiquity that's just not around today. Right? This isn't a simple drugging somebody to sleep and then taking advantage of them, Bill Cosby, did he? It's not just that. When Jesus Christ is the one doing it, he's doing it within a ceremony that is meant to initiate. Right? You've got to give death inducers. You've got to bring the person to that orgiastic climax. Do you understand? That's how the cult works. That is early Christianity. And you say, I haven't been there. I just sit there with a priest who I think probably, you know what I mean? That's all I do. I go and watch a preacher and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Wives, submit to your husband. Right? Or you just don't go anywhere. Because if you do, somebody's going to throw acid in your face. Yeah. Do you see the monist fever? It's in the text. Look what they're doing in the text, people. That's all I'm bringing you is the text. Give me no shoving the, come here, sweetheart. Open up that mouth. If we were out together, I would be spooning it. I'd be spooning it. Just take away your silverware. Right? Let me do it. I want to do it. Watch this, what happens. This guy named Philarchus, in one of his books, is talking about Arabia. And he says, what? The colpon, the vagina, is a fountain of water from which, if you Christ someone's feet, their private parts become distended, terribly stretched out, and you can't at all make it go away until after you give this dude some serious therapy. And it's painful. Give me the next one. Okay. Wait a minute. Are we talking about, did anybody notice? Let's Satanic congregation. Let me use you tonight a little bit. Let me use you. Did anybody notice the feet thing? Did anybody notice? Feet. Okay. Feet. First of all, we as transdimensional investigators for the Cosmic Child Welfare Services, right? Investigating Jesus with everything that's going on. We need to find out what are the tools that are being used, right? What are the drugs that are being used, right? Just like they're doing now with Diddy. Find out what drugs were going on where and who was getting them and what were you making them do, and right? You can't do that to him. He's Christ, right? Whew! A big crowd assembled and they're all like, crucify him! And you couldn't hear it because it was in New York and it was loud. People were honking. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. They love it, though. You know what I mean? Don't you love it? Feet. I wanted to ask the congregation. Take that down one more time, Jew. Feet. What is the feet connection? Things are going to get messy. Things are going to get messy. This is stuff that we do by candlelight. Right? You understand? What are you going to do? He told me. You can't take this information to them, set it off like an atomic bomb. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah. For all of you who are saying, thank you, Amen, for bringing this. Thank you. You got me a little choked up. Thank you for coming. Hail Satan. Right? Fantastic. Oh, there's no newbies asking about that, are there? What does that mean? Give me the next one. Okay, let's bring this back to the Bible where it's something beautiful, right? Where it's something beautiful. So Jesus is defending Mary, right? And he says, look, she's done what she's done. She came here to muricide my body for the sake of an entaphiasmon, for the sake of an entombment. An entombment. You mean he's talking about he's about to die and go? Nope, he's not. He's talking about an entombment within a mystery rite. He is taking drugs that will put him into a death state. He is the Christ. You can see it on his face when they arrested Jesus. They arrested him with dark goop on his face, dripping off of it. Why? Because he was the Christ. Now, the naked boy that was with him when he was arrested, with the bandage on his hoo-ha. Keep it up here. There's no answer for him. Have you seen everybody get steamrolled? By the way, I just want to say, Satanic congregation, can we just recognize that we have steamrolled? Yeah. And there's nothing people can say. There is no way that you can respond. Right? There's no way. Oh, he's crazy. Must be a cult or something. Right? There's no way that you can respond to the ancient texts. They are straight up there. Right? There they are. You got nothing. Notice the theologians didn't have it. I'm going to go into a fight in the future. I'm telling you. I'm going to go into a fight and you're going to see me. You're going to see me. Right? In the arena. Right? Face to face. Shield to shield. Foot to foot. Do you understand? Okay. That's where we're going. I love it. That was a preview. There's a preview. Cage match. Give it to me. Give it to me. What's the next one? Oh, what is she doing to him? I just want you people to see, rubbing them with ointment or unguent. Right? Right? Okay, great. Give me the next one. It's not me making it up. And Jesus, right? It's around time of Paschal, right? He goes to Bethany. And you remember who's there in Bethany? This dude Lazarus. What happened to this dude Lazarus? Look at the last line. Egerin ek nekron Jesus. Jesus raised him from the dead. The word for raising is the word to wake you out of a sleep. And why are they using this terminology at the time? Because in the mystery cult, the person who is put into a state of death is then resurrected back to life. And the resurrection process is a process of awakening. They called it that. It is an awakening. I think it's nice, right? You awaken to a new world, right? Oh, that's nice. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why am I covered with lubricant? P. Diddy, I told you. Everybody's like, no, it's, it's okay. Let's go. Hallelujah. I'm really hoping that Jesus Christ himself comes out of the sky, right out of the heavens. And I hope he goes and busts into that prison. Takes his beloved, what do they call that when you have somebody who's very much like you in a different dimension? There's a word for that, right? Okay, some kind of double. Yeah. Akhenaten. Tell Akhenaten to go too. You're all monotheists, man. Love it. It's gorgeous. Don't you love the lies? Isn't it amazing how the lies and the insanity go up at the same time? It's gorgeous. It's like a delusional soup. Oh, the universe is a dimensional soup. A big tomato, thick tomato soup. Let's look at it. Give me the next one. I think I'm hungry. What's happening? Here she is. So Mary takes a measurement, a litran, a measurement of muron, of myrrh that is composed of what? Nardu, right? So it's a Nardic myrrh. The myrrh is the base, and to that you add different types of drugs. Here's nard, and it's real nard, right? Unadulterated and very valuable, right? And she puts it on his feet, right? She puts it on his feet, and then what does she do? She takes her hair and she wipes his feet. She brushes her hair on his feet, right? On his feet. And the whole place fills up. I'm translating, fills up with the odor, it said, before the foot came. The odor. Go back. What was it the odor of? I think it's the odor of myrrh. Right? It's the odor of myrrh. People, look at that very last word. There it is. Muru. Right? Look at it. Do you know what that myrrh signifies? That's what you smell coming out of the temple of Aphrodite when the priestesses that you call prostitutes, temple prostitutes, when they're working. Yeah. It's a drug. Right? Drug. All sorts. It's kind of a base for all the stuff they're doing. Right? Oil me, Christ me. Right? Okay, let's see what else the Christians are up to. Give me the next one. By the way, here's that nard, spiked nard, they say. Okay, look at how many different types there are. I want you to get an understanding. This is real. We're not talking about a fairy tale now. This is the real Bible. And if it's the real Bible, we're talking about real plants, right? And so here, look how many different types of nards you've got there. It's nardly. Look at this. Celtic nard. Oh, that's nice. We got a mountain nard. Woo. We got a Syrian nard, which he says, Dioscorides says, is not really Syrian. I'm like, oh, why do they call it that then? And then he explains, right? And we've got ginger grass, which somehow gets, how does that get mixed up into there, right? Ancient botany is really not that easy. Look at number 6. You've also got this wild agria, this wild nard that's called asaron. Asaron. I want you to remember that for a second. Look at the bottom word, Babyloniake. You have Babylonian nard too. Right? So you have just for one ingredient in your drug, right? Caesar, you're going to have to, there's a lot to know. Well, which one of those do I need for my drugs that I'm going to be using in my mystery, putting on people's feet and in their eyes? Where am I going to get that? All right? Give me the next one. Being a real Christian is difficult, people. Yeah, you think it's all about donations to churches and stuff like that, right? It's only because you're getting fleeced, right? This is the real stuff. Are you ready? Hazelwort. Does anybody like hazelwort? Oh, God. Look at the sources. This is the reason I give you this. Look at the source. Galen, right at the front, and Andromachus, apud Galen, from Galen. This thing is in the Andromachean theriac, which, if you don't know what that is, it is a theriac from the library of Nero. It is addressed to Nero from his arch physician. Yeah, but there's a fine line between, being a physician and being a dude who knows a lot about drugs and is using those drugs in a lot of different ways. Yeah, fantastic. I'm going to treat you. Remember, a third of medicine in antiquity says plenty is drugs, right? So drugs, right? Drugs. Love it. Okay, go. Drugs, right? Nancy, where'd Nancy Reagan go? Everybody, let's give Nancy Reagan. Do you think Nancy Reagan's in hell? From the Satanic Congregation. Here's the question. Is Nancy Reagan in hell? And if so, can Amen resurrect her for a spanking? Who wants Nancy Reagan to be spanked? I want Nancy Reagan. This is our spanking debut. Nancy, welcome to us tonight. You're so petite. I really hate to do this, but all that stuff that you said, it just, it doesn't matter. Just bend over. Oh, she keeps her silent. Okay. Nancy Reagan. We spanked thee very much. Give me the next. Let's go. I don't like him when he does that, right? Somebody always says that. I don't like that. Listen, Timmy. Run to your mommy, Timmy. Run. I'm going to catch you tonight in your dream, Timmy. There's a black hole, and I come through it. Oh, stop. Okay, stop. What is this, people, you nerds? Look at this, lovely nerds. Look what it says at the top. Index opusculorum. Right? What is an opus? It's your work, right? This is just the minor works, the little works. This is from the Corpus Medicorum Graecorum. And I just want you to see how many manifold and beautiful are these texts. And people, nobody, I guarantee you, I challenge you, Satanic Congregation, go to any of the people right now on YouTube. Right now. Go to any of the people who are saying anything about ancient cult, ancient medicine. Not many people even do that, but ancient cult, look at the religious stuff, ancient religion. Nobody even knows these things exist. And there is so much Christing in them. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look up and down. People, pause it there when you're done. Check those out. The people who are in Greek and doing beautifully. By the way, hats off to the people from Australia and New Zealand that we got in the first session. We're going to get the other one next week. Yeah. Fantastic. Love it. Give me the next one. We're going to glide through these people. The person that we're looking for is Andromachus and his theriac. And I want you just to see that this is a theriake, dia, the alpha is gone, ehidnon. This is that theriac that comes to us through the echidnae. Wait, what? Through the echidnae. Who is Echidna? She's a priestess, bro. She's an oracle. She lives in a cave, and she's half woman, half viper. And when I say woman, I mean virgin. And what do I mean when I say virgin? I mean somebody who is in a state of cosmic bloom. Are you in a state of cosmic bloom? Are you blooming? Yeah, look at me. I'm blooming. Right? No, you're not. Right? What is this? It's an agricultural thing. To bloom is a piece of agriculture. Right? It's a part of nature, and that is how we are thanking in these texts. Right? That's how we're thinking in these texts. Fantastic. It's to bloom. It's possible. You can take a person and you can accelerate their bloom so that when they go through it, their entire voice comes out. That's what ancient priestly colleges of women do. Think about that for a minute. Did you always feel, are you out there, and did you always feel like, I should have been one of them? Right? I should have had it. I got the voice. I know I can bring it. Right? Amazing. Was the education, right? Was the education. Who is most importantly? Who should we educate first if we have a choice? Men or women? Who should we educate first? Yeah. Who started it? That's who we should go back to. It turns out it was the women. Turns out it was the women. Oracles, baby. Poetesses. They ruled your world. Give me the next one. Oh, God. Bring them back. Everybody they love that. What is a theriac for those who are new? Theriakos. And for anybody who just wants to know, I'm not blowing any smoke. Right? This is something that has to do with venomous beasts. Right? Look at the fourth line down at the blue. Right? What are theriaca pharmaca? Those are drugs that are used as antidotes to compound poisons. All of this stuff is compound. Nobody's taking one drug. If you're sitting around on your couch and you have one drug sitting in your hand, dude, you're way out. You know what you are? I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. You are way out of antiquity. Do you think they can go through these transformations? Do you think that they can enter these psychological states without a serious cache of drugs that people for centuries have known how to use and manipulate? Seriously? Right? You want to see the runners of Mars? Do you want to see those, do you want to bring out be all, they used to say in the army, be all you can be. You know what I mean? You know where they got that? They got that from the Spartans, right? From guys like Tertius, right? And where did the guys like Tertius get it from? Oh, he's going to do it again. He's going to do it again. He got it from the women. Yeah, wait, no, you can't be right. No, you can't. You can. You can be right. Look at the Black Sea. Look at the cult of Diana. If you want to see a gorgeous, luscious virgin, right, you got to respect that. She's the savior. You know what they call her? The savior. The poison-pouring savior. What is that she's pouring? That's blood. Right? Do you want to drink the blood of the Christian martyr? Right? Do you understand why? Okay. Fantastic. That is what the cult is producing, that ultimately gives us universities, museum, right? Education. Where do we go for that knowledge? Originally, we go to the priestesses, right? They know all that stuff, man. It's scary, too. It's scary. Can you believe that? You thought they were dragging people around. Wives were getting dragged around by the hair and being submissive, and you're sitting there listening to your pastor husband, and you want me so much. I'll be there, baby. Right through my black hole. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Okay. Right from Nero's physician's mouth. What does he say? Listen to me, Caesar. I have got for you an incredible strength that you're going to get from this polythronic antidote. It's got many drugs in it. Right? It is the giver of fearless freedom. Listen to me, Nero. I'm telling you, they call this thing Hillary. What is Hillary? Joy, right? We get the Hilaria, right? It's from this. This thing is called joy. Wouldn't that be nice? What is this polythronic drug, right? What is it called? Joy. What else is it called? Galene. What is Galene? Galene is the calm after the storm. It's that dead calm. Okay? Dead calm. Comes before too, but they talk about it as coming after. So, okay. Anyway. Anywho, hey, are there any nerd weather people? Please tell me why that is. It's because it's turning or something? I don't know. And what else do they call it? Eldion. Eldion is a place where you feel good. Eldion is a place where you feel good. Right? And do you know what you can do if you've got this thing on board, Caesar? You can go to the dark harbor. Because you know where we get our drugs, ladies and gentlemen, satanic congregation? We get them from her. We get them from her, the Maga. You want to know why the Magdal was there for Jesus? Do you remember where the Medusae put their drugs? Do you remember? They put them in their hair. They put them in their hair. Now, you know why Mary Magdalene was wiping Jesus's feet with her hair. Yeah. Now, what does this stuff do that she was giving him? Let's go to the sources, see what happens. Oh, God. It's going to get gross. Here, what are some of the things? Give it to me. What are some of the things we're going to put in here? First of all, I want you to consider, this is from Nero's dude, right? His physician. I want you to consider that this is all a base of the Pomamedes, the potion of that one Medic woman that we all know, Medea. This is her potion. Okay? I just want you to know that. It's the only freaking identifier on this whole thing. You know, it's no wonder Julius Caesar was putting her picture or her portrait into the Temple of Venus, right? Give me the next one. And what does this thing contain, right? I just want you to realize it contains everything that you're going to need when you are boosting with this death inducer. Are you ready? What's in the death inducer? Mekonos, poppy, opium, okay? All of the heroin people, right? It's not acetylated morphine. It's not like that, because that thing just leaves the floodgates open, right? This is the good old-fashioned opium poppy, right? Latex from it anyway. Good. Give me the next one. What else is in there? Nope. That's out of order. Where's the... Boop. I think it's that. Yeah, there we go. No. Right here. There we go. Nope. Hang on. Right. Oh, I think we left it out. Did we leave it out? Okay, well, we'll just keep going. What else is in there? Boom. What I'm going to give you is a list of snakes. Here's one of them. You've got to use this one and the blister beetle. Okay, what does the blister beetle do? It causes satyriasis. This is the one that will cause even a eunuch to become aroused, right? It's a forceful arousal, right? It's one of these drugs that, like the doctors are saying, very hard to treat, right? Has to be therapeutical, right? You have to get in there with aggressive treatment of other antidotes to counter what dude has been taking. Good, fantastic. That's why the priests know all the drugs, man. Next one. The echis, right? The viper, straight up viper, right? What else? The kerastes, which is another snake. Now, a lot of these snakes, unfortunately, we don't have real good IDs for, right? We don't have really good descriptions and really, okay, it's from this place, but, there are umpteen snakes from there. And, okay, well, this one has this trait. Well, that narrows it down to another 8. Right. So it's not the greatest. And I'll let the scholars fight over, what species is what. When you see a horned viper, you see that one a lot. And you see that one depicted in a lot of vase paintings. We're pretty sure about that one from North Africa. Right. And the common one, like cobra, Egyptian cobra, that one we've got too here. Flash up our other snakes. By the way, this is for all the chemists in there who want. There's that one. The Cerastes. What else? The deep sauce. The deep sauce, right? Deep sados here. So on genitus. This is the one that bites you from North Africa and it makes you thirsty. Makes you extremely thirsty. Wait, we're using all of these venoms in one formula? Yeah. There's 9 of them. Did you know that? Show me the 9. Where'd you get the 9? Chewy. There they are. Hello. Right. Is that all of them? I think. Right. Can we identify them all? No. One of them is just water snake. Bring me water snake, just so people can see it's there. Right now, you thought you were sophisticated. Oh, I go to my rave and I have some of this. Give me a pill of this, and boom, boom, boom. Ooh, yeah. You haven't had this, right? Auspice. There it is. Oh God, that one can blind you. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Look at how it describes this. This is the auspice, right? And what's special about this one? It has the eon. I'm translating. It has the poison, right, of the Goes, the magician, who is these magicians who are unbeatable, right? These guys are unassailable. These people are dangerous, right? They take drugs with them. They're on drugs all the time, and they're dangerous, right? This is the one they rely heavily on. This is the toxin that they're dependent upon, is the auspice. Very good. Love it. You'll notice asp from that, of course. Yeah, give me the next one. Right, and what's next? The druas, which people don't, for a long time, it took classes, a while to figure out what's going on here. Apparently, there's a snake that is particular to certain trees, right? Particularly oaks. And there's a famous oak associated with famous oracular wisdom and the snake that's involved with it. So here's another one. We got to have that one in there. I don't know which one that is species wise. Good luck. Good luck. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. And what? Oh, God. Look, this snake has echeion. It possesses the venom that is anaimakton, that literally says that is without bleeding. Without bleeding. It's the eos that causes you to clot. It's the eos that causes you to clot. Okay, look, that's sophisticated. I love that. I love that. They're getting into it. But remember, all of these, one concoction. And baby, you're not going to drink it. You're not going to drink it. Yeah. Yeah. Right? And you're going to be surprised where it comes from. You're going to be surprised where it comes from. Would you be surprised if it came from a woman's private parts? Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? And you know what she's going to do? She's going to take it and she's going to apply it to you. Don't worry. She knows how to get it to where it needs to go. Okay. Are you afraid? Half virgin, half viper. Remember her? Half virgin, half viper. Okay. All right. Yeah. Could you tell on the surface, sometimes at that age, it's difficult. at that age. As they age, yes, you can tell, and you get the whole body type of the Medusa, right? Isn't that gorgeous? Very fond of snakes, these people. Why? Right, look at the stuff they're on, dude. Look at the stuff they're on. And this isn't just taking little bits and applying it and pricking and applying and pricking. No. Oh, God. Look at all the drugs that were in that thing. I told you there was opium, right? There's also coneon. What do you call it? Hemlock. Yeah, there we go. Hemlock, right? That thing is terrible. Thing's terrible, poisonous. They used to use that one to kill people with because it's so reliable, right? Right? Good old Socrates. He died from that one, right? Look where it is. It is in the potion of the Medea, right? That Medan or Medic way is only walked from her porneia. Her porneia is what comes out of her private parts. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. I told you it's Christian. Nobody ever believes me it's Christian, but that's the way they are, dude. I don't know. Where's that team? Right. The one that clots, and there's a snake that you're going to add to this. Now get this. This is the cool thing. The biochemists out there will be sitting in their rooms tonight, going to sleep, thinking to themselves, "Oh God, it'll be a lot of self mental pleasuring." You know what I mean? Because they'll be thinking, "Wait a minute, here's one of the snakes that they're using that causes you to run excessively with blood." I'm sorry, right? It's where you're not clotting at all. All right, look at what they're doing. They're taking both angles of the chemistry. It's a great, like, where's the engineering of this? A woman engineered this. She did. I was talking to one of my students the other night. I'm going to quote her. She said, "Sometimes I pity the dudes, right? Sometimes I feel sorry for them." Yeah, right. This chemistry came from a woman. What do these plants do? All right. Would you be surprised if I told you they alter menstruation? Oh, wow. Right. Would you be surprised if I told you there's a whole wilderness full of the most powerful, potent drugs all around you? You just have to know how to get them and how to combine them and how to use them. And since that is such a complex and technical process, you and I are dummies and we don't know how to do that stuff. Maybe grandma does, right? Somewhere, somebody's grandma does. No, seriously, Chewy, right? Right? Somebody's grandma knows some of that stuff. My grandma used to drink creosote tea, bro. I was like, "What's in that?" And somebody else was like, "Turpentine." And I was like, well, made her joints feel better. That's one example of one plant. Can you imagine if you were able to look at the pharmacopoeia that they've got and say, well, let's start putting some of this stuff together. Okay, what else is in this dastardly drink? I just want people this dastardly medication, right? I want people to realize what is happening to you when you're taking this stuff, when it's being given to you. You are overcome. Damnamene. Do you remember Damnameneus? Damnameneus. Doesn't it sound like... Right? If we do it 3 times, somebody shows up with an alabaster and I get bent over the table. Let's go. Overcome by that potion. Overcome. Mentally overcome. People say, do they have drugs to alter mental activity? Oh my God. They have lengthy discussions of drugs that are used in exactly that way. Lengthy. Look, this is the one that overcomes. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Where's the... Oh, look, here's another one. Hydros. It's a snake. Some kind of water snake. Seriously, how many water snakes do you people have? Could you be a little more specific? Give me the next one. Give you the next one. Here's another one. It's some kind of cousin. It's another water snake. Okay, thank you very much. I've got to have those two. Oh, and here's one. This one's interesting. This snake looks like it's going forwards and backwards. Okay, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for that description. I know someday I'm going to see that snake and I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting. It's going to go backwards and I'm going to be like, Yahtzee. Fantastic. Give it to me. What's the next one? Look, what else do people, what does this say? These two lines. Ready? This is the instruction into a rite that you have never, ever, ever partaken in. But it is the heart of the mystery. What does this say? This says there are two ways. There's two ways to be overcome. Right? Right? By the bite, by the jaw of that poison caster, or by the potion of Black Death. Wait a minute. They have a Eucharist? I'm giving you this tonight, people. Eucharist. Medical word. Medical word. Medical word. Where do you see Eucharist? In the very freaking introduction of Dioscorides. Who's read Dioscorides? Nobody. I told Brian Mirescu. Right here are the friggin' sources. Right? My God. Tell him about Jesus, I said, in the public park. And he was like, well, I don't think so. Right? He didn't say that, but he never told him. Right? I wonder why. Give me the next one. Give me. Okay. So there were the two ways, right, people? There's a Eucharist that is the Black Death, right? That's just what they call it, the Black Death. Do we have pictures of the Black Death and the people? Okay, you bring them up. You bring them up. Fantastic. Finally, give me the last one that is from this series, and then we're just got a couple more, and we're going to wrap up, people. Look at this. But wait, don't miss the climax here. Are you ready? You get up early, you mortal, right, who are experienced in this abomination. You hunt. You pick up that darting snake with your daring hands. That's what you need to do. I took a little liberty there with the person and number there, but whatever. Right. That's what you do. Right. Do you understand why we get up at dawn? We're standing out there right before and as the sun is rising. And what are we doing? We're celebrating Lucifer, you bonehead. We're celebrating Lucifer. Congratulations. Your cult of Christianity is a satanic cult, just like Judaism and just like Islam. Satanic cults. Do you hear me? Satanic cults. Judaism, Christianity, Islam are all satanic cults. Yeah. Who did they first worship? The fathers of Muhammad. Who did they first worship? The devil and his beloved baby. Oh, God. Oh, God. He's always going to lead you to Aphrodite. You know what I mean? He's always going to lead you. If I lose my memory, may you, Muse, be the one to restore it. Yeah. Fantastic. Now stop throwing acid in people's faces, right? Especially girls. You know, turns out they're a resource and you're a dummy. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Go ahead, blow it up. Boom. Here we are, people. I just want to see the hardcore facts. I'm not going to translate this. I want you to look at the first word, nard. Right? Look. There are two types of nard, right? One's called Indian, one's called Syrian. It's not actually grown in Syria. Blah, blah, hoo, ha, ha. Right? But what do I want you to see? This is a scientific classification, as Dioscorides tells you, who's writing this. I'm not writing this for the people who have been initiated, right? I'm not doing it. I'm doing it so that we can properly analyze this science, right? This art, because that's how I'm translating, right? What their technical practices were. Techne. That's the art, but that's the science, right? The art and the science are really the same thing. You cut those two in half because it doesn't matter. Modern. It's just modernity. Okay, it's modernity. Give me the next one. What is this? Oh, I want you to see. Remember I told you a minute ago we would see this plant, right? This nard, when there's a form of it called asaron, right? He says, some people call this the wild nard, but, and I'm quoting here, prophetai hama areos. The prophets call it the blood of Aries. Now, I told you a few days ago, maybe it was the one before that. Maybe I wanted to tell you, but I didn't. I'll tell you now, if I didn't already before. These Christians are performing rites that involve the god of war. Okay, I did. Shui says I did. Good. I'm glad. Because here, the prophets who are going to be using these drugs, right? Just like Mary Magdalene and Jesus, the people who are Christing, who are going to be using these drugs, they have their own names for them. And they call them the blood of Aries. That's the blood of Aries that you are taking. Do you understand? That is the communion. Oh, God, I love it. I love it. All the plants have these gorgeous names like that. Give me the next one. Or give me that one again, actually. Chewy, give me that last one again, just in case I missed anything, because there was a lot of good stuff in there. Listen to this. So the prophets call it the blood of Aries. Ostanes calls it Thesan, right? He's a famous magus, by the way. The Egyptians call it, listen, this is the Greek spelling out the Egyptian, Kere'era. The Romans, what do those Romaioi call it? Per pressam. And what do some other people call it? Bakar, right? And the Etruscans, what do they call it? Succinum. You hear how when you get a foreign term that comes into Greek, you hear how you can hear it? Well, you get that a lot with the drugs, because the drugs will get their names from wherever their history is, wherever they're grown. Right? This is all geographical. And pharmacology in antiquity was geographical. Some people call this nard, and then he goes on, the Gauls call it blah, blah, blah. It's that good smelling one, blah, blah, blah. It makes nice crowns, ha, ha. Right? Okay. And then he goes through the list, and I just want you to see on line 14, Anthe de Porfura. It's the one that has those purple flowers, right? Those purple flowers. Give us a little bit more information, right? Come on. Don't just give us purple flowers, dude. How many purple flowers do you see? It's one of the downfalls, right? Now I got to trace it. I got to go find Theophrastus and trace this plant. If you really want to do it, that's what you got to do, because Theophrastus, student of Aristotle, wrote a history of botany, or a history of plants, right? And he actually wrote two different types of it. Anyway, and this is another work that nobody who tells you anything about the ancient world has ever seen or ever worked with. Maybe some classicists have worked with Theophrastus. Not a lot of them, because classicists don't like the scientific stuff, right? Do you see how we just hit the center? Everybody's saying, how can you do this, Simon? You're showing people this shit is not what they thought it was. How can you do that? I happen to just be right in that muse's zone where I got access to this side of the documentation that nobody else was going to look at. And I, happened to explore it, right? Open it up, publish it, get it done, man. Show people, right? At the same time, I happened to be in that place where, I wasn't going to let you tell me the reality. I'm going to go find the reality. And it's in that Greek. Don't let me tell you. Let the Greek tell you. Love it. Give me the last one. Here we go, Chewy. Here we go. Are you ready for this? What is the power of the stuff that Mary is giving to Jesus? Well, first of all, it's a diuretic, it makes you pee. And it is a thermantike. It warms you. It gives you a sensation of warmth. And remember, this is part of the stuff that they're making into creams and spreading all over their bodies when they want to deal with the colder winter weather. Isn't that nice? Do you think the Romans down in Italy are coming up with this? No, they aren't. It's people in cold places. And when they put the stuff on their feet, it causes them to have, as you saw in the medical text, it causes them to have a constant erection. A constant erection. Okay. All right. Into death, out of death, new life. This is the mystery. Do we have the capacity to do this today? Yeah, I'll let you decide. I want to let you know one thing that's been getting my goat lately is the fact that I can't respond to everyone. I want everybody out there as part of the congregation to know I've been getting lots of email, lots of questions, with the exception of one that I got today that was all demandy. I was going to write him back and say, who the hell are you? Right? He was like, defend yourself. Right? Most of it's probably what most of the stuff that you send me is I love to read it and I go through it and I don't have time to respond. Right. I just don't. I try to every once in a while. And for those of you who I do respond to, and you'll say it's really short, right? Little cryptic short stuff. I really apologize because I was thinking about this the other day and I was watching a video that somebody made. And I thought, you know what? There's nothing that I can do to thank people for thanking me. And it gets my goat that I can't. It really gets my goat that I cannot thank you properly. When you share a story, I had a pastor write to me and say, this gets my goat. Look, why the goat? Because it's look at what the cross is hiding, right, people? The cross is hiding a multitude of your sins. Yahoo can't see what's behind that cross, right? We can't see it. Thank you, Penelope. I love you for what's behind the cross, Penelope. Get out of here. Get out of here. She does it. Let's go. Let's go. What was I? I was saying something important. What was I? Totally lost it there with Penelope. Say it again. Wait, what? Chewy. Okay, that's very unprofessional of us. Thank you for being patient tonight and waiting. I really appreciate it. I would answer all of your messages if I could to the gentleman who's a pastor, who came out of being a pastor and knew that the whole time that something was off. Right now that you're seeing the actual sources and it clicks into place, it's a real freedom. It's a real freedom. And so thank you, everyone, for allowing me to spend this time with you and to bring you these sources. I want to tell you as a preview, I've got something very good coming up. And I believe we will skip next Wednesday, that we'll go directly to Friday and have a longer, hopefully, 2-hour extravaganza with not just sources, but I would like you to see some of the imagery that's coming out of the Greek. I'd like you to physically see it and hear it and kind of take it in. And what I've done is I've gone to a great author named Nonus, and Nonus brings us the right where we can see it play out. Now, I want to warn you. This is going to be my little opus, right? I want to warn you that there are some things involved that will make it, mature, not in a sense of, you can't watch it if you're not, 19 or something. I don't mean by that. I mean mature in the sense of sometimes you just got to wake up and look at life and say, what's going on, man? It hits you. What's going on? What's the reality? I'm going to show you the reality of the right as depicted. And it is going to be disturbing to those of you who don't want to face the mature reality of our existence, right? And I'm talking about you can face that mature reality when you're 9. You know what I mean? So let's spend the next week hoping and looking delusionally for that source to emerge from the ancient hand. And what I'm talking about is in that source is that Christ, that Savior, and what she is about. Okay. I look forward to it. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate all of your time. I will not take any more. Thank you again. Hail Satan.
Make it rain, burning purple. Cast a spell on you in a circle. Hot fire, gasoline. Make it rainbow dream. Hail Satan, blaze with St. Vincent Pricino. Magic wand whip the volcano. House of Frankenstein. The wizard walks by. Make it rain, burning purple. And cast a spell on you in a circle. Hot fire, feel the burn. Reek like indica, fuck what you heard. I'm shining bright like Jackie Nicholson. My girl is Shelley Duvall. Snow blind on the peak. BB at the Players Ball. Sugar pop, sugar pop, sugar pop, dope. Sugar pop, do your makeup mold. Coca-Cola face, Magneto laser ray. Mark 'em all with a Z on your heads like Zorro. Hillside, Lone Ranger, tree line, guns